Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to attempt to remove this ball joint with this socket and this angle grinder. I'm Benny Obscene and this is my 1977 Porsche 911. I pulled this car out of a crusty old garage where it sat neglected for decades. After plenty of wrenching to get it running and driving, a head-on collision with a deer took out the whole front end. I'm finally back in business, but there's just one problem. It's overdue for everything. Now normally to get these ball joints off you need a special tool from Porsche. It's P210 and it goes anywhere from $70 to $100. And what it does is it slots into the four posts here on the bottom of the ball joint, the nut that retains it in there. What I'm going to try and do is basically make my own by cutting it out of this socket. And so what I've got here is just a regular old, this is a Craftsman 1 7/16 socket. I've seen anywhere from 1.5 to 7/16. Really, it depends on the thickness and the make of the socket. Some of these are a little thicker than others. I'd obviously recommend a thicker one for this application, but as long as it matches the diameter of the ball joint nut, you're good to go. So I'm going to line this up, mark where the 4 pins would be, and then using the angle grinder I'll cut out the distance between them. Do you suffer from tired, worn out ball joints? I sure did, but then my doctor suggested angle grinder. Side effects may include headache, nausea, trouble sleeping, moderate to severe amnesia, flushing of the face, dry mouth, constipation, muscle aches, fatigue, and increased anxiety. Do not use angle grinder if you are allergic to sparks or slow motion video. Call your doctor if you experience metal lasting longer than 4 hours, as this may be a sign of a rare but serious heart condition. And so what I'm doing right now is I've just switched to the thinner cutoff disc in order to clean up the edges around the 4 teeth. And it fits. So now the moment of truth. Let's see if it works. So I don't have the biggest vise in the world here to clamp this into. And also, this bench is nice and heavy duty, but I certainly want to be careful not to tip it or anything into the car if I'm yanking on this a little too aggressively. So you can see my vise doesn't like to lock on this rotational axis, so it's going to want to do this, but maybe if we lock it like that, we'll see what happens. Okay, here goes nothing. Nope. Okay, let's take a time out here. Okay, so what have we learned here? Well, you can measure the ball joint nut, transfer that over to an 1 7/16 socket, cut it out with your angle grinder, and it will slot in and fit. That part, good. External variable, your ball joints being 40 years old might be seized into the control arm. So, not exactly the ending to this video that I was thinking we would have, this epiphany, but can you make the tool for $8? Yes, you can. That's how you do it. Is it gonna work? Maybe. So next step, I'm gonna let these sit in PB Blaster for a couple days, see if that loosens things up. Go at it another time. I will try and remember to film it, but in case I don't, just assume everything worked out fine. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see here, go ahead and subscribe, share it with your friends, like it. Post in the comments if you've done this before, how you've accomplished it, if I should just go ahead and buy that tool, and ask your doctor about angle grinder.